Hi, I'm Peter Alsop, and our song to chew today is called Was St. Pat Scared? It's from my Grow It at Home album. I wrote this song to address how us humans have taken over most of the world by eliminating any other creatures that threaten us or our expansion. The Irish myth about St. Patrick ridding Ireland of all the snakes seemed like a wonderful place to start this discussion. It brings up the fears that drive us to completely wipe out some other living species rather than find some way to share space with them. So first, let's listen to our song to chew from my Grow It at Home album, Was St. Pat Scared?
St. Pat drove the snakes out of Ireland. Those snakes are God's creatures too, and they probably scared St. Patrick a bit, and they might even frighten you. But getting rid of all the snakes won't make your fear go away. It puts it off for a while, but your fear will come back someday. Someday, your fear will come back someday. So you go somewhere else and get frightened, maybe by spiders this time. You can crush all the spiders with books, you know, but killing them's kind of a crime. 'Cause all life is sacred, in my heart I know it's true. These animals just are trying their best to stay alive like we do. We do, to stay alive like we do. When you kill the things you're scared of, you lose what you need to explore, to learn to grow and be stronger, to stop being scared like before. So if you hate spiders and snakes, there's one thing that is clear: if you kill them or crush them or chase them away, you never get rid of your fear. Oh no, no, you never get rid of your fear. Those creatures are here for a reason. God made them and he's no fool. We can't avoid life's lessons, we learn that at home and in school. So don't copy old St. Patrick, who never conquered his fear. God didn't make this world for just us people living here, my dear. No, it's for all of the creatures here. St. Patrick just felt frightened of what us other creatures do. So give us a break, don't be frightened of me, and I won't be frightened of you. Oh no, give us a break, don't be frightened of me, and I won't be frightened of you.
I wanted to use Irish instruments on this song, so I played the guitar, the tin penny whistle, and the bodhrán, which is an Irish frame drum, open in the back and played with a double-ended mallet. We used the computer for the bass and for the uilleann pipes. That's an Irish instrument that sounds similar to the Scottish bagpipes. The bag of the uilleann pipes is inflated by a small set of bellows strapped around the player's waist and arm, so the player doesn't have to blow into a bag to maintain pressure, like with the Scottish pipes. This also allows the piper to sing or talk while playing. I didn't know anyone on the West Coast who played or even owned uilleann pipes, so my pal Greg Hilfman found a program for uilleann pipes and played them with a synthesizer. Now, if you're not familiar with St. Patrick, he's the patron saint of Ireland. He was a real person who lived in the 5th century. He came to Ireland to spread Christianity. One of the biggest myths surrounding him is that he drove all the snakes out of Ireland and into the sea. But the fact is that there never were any snakes in Ireland for St. Patrick to banish. The event that banished snakes from Ireland was the Ice Age, that ended 10,000 years ago. The island of Ireland was a frozen wasteland, the same latitude as Hudson Bay, so no humans lived there, and any snakes who might have been there would have been frozen solid because snakes are cold-blooded. So this is a myth about St. Patrick that began only a few hundred years after his death in 461 AD on March 17th, which, of course, is now celebrated as St. Patrick's Day. Ancient Ireland was a land of tribal Celtic kings who ruled over their people, and the main religious figures were Druids. St. Patrick, as a missionary, tramped all over Ireland converting people to Christianity. And by the 7th century, the Druids had pretty much disappeared and Christianity ruled. Modern Irish school children are taught the Druids had big tattoos of snakes on their arms, so when people say that St. Pat drove the snakes into the sea, it's simply a way of saying he was responsible for helping Christianity get rid of a lot of the Druids. And of course, snakes are traditionally regarded as evil, like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. What interests me the most is that when children hear this symbolic myth, they ask, but did he have to get rid of all the snakes? And to answer this question, let's look at a couple of our human traits. Have you ever spent the night trying to sleep in a room with a couple of mosquitoes? I have. And it always amazes me how they seem to know exactly when you're almost asleep. Then, One flies by your ear and lands on your cheek and prepares to suck your blood. I leap up and turn on the light and search the walls and ceilings with my fly swatter in hand, hoping to see one of them. But they hide. I can't go back to bed, no sleep. I cut the overhead light and keep searching with my flashlight. Finally, I see one land on the ceiling, and wham! Got him! Back to bed, I start to drift off to dreamland, and another one cruises by my ear, lands on my nose. I swing my hand to get him and smash myself in the face, just missing them as they go airborne. Well, this story makes it clear that as long as there are any mosquitoes in the room, I'm not going to be able to sleep. So it's not enough to just eliminate one or two of them. I have to get rid of all the mosquitoes, or I won't get what I want, which is to go back to sleep. Now, as a children's songwriter and parent, I've had to ask myself about my smash the mosquito behavior. I don't want to teach my kids that it's okay to use violence to solve a problem. I even take great pains to safely capture a spider in the house by trapping it under a glass and escorting it outside. I don't want my kids to see me wantonly killing things just because I'm bigger and feel like my time's more important than their life. What am I doing here anyway? They don't mean me any harm. Spiders got to spin webs and mosquitoes got to bite things with blood. And so it is with human civilization. When we started agriculture 10,000 years ago, we learned to grow food. And since we had little extra, we domesticated bovine creatures and corralled them. We fed them so we had milk and meat to eat without having to go hunting. It was safer. And we developed the concept of property and ownership. My land, my grain, my cow, my goat. And then a lion would come and eat my goat. And we'd go out and kill the lion. But it wasn't enough to just kill the offending lion or make our property more lion-proof. We went out together and killed any lions we could find, even the little ones, because they were of no use to us. And by the way, when we established the idea of ownership and property, that went hand in hand with developing the ideas of warriors and soldiers to protect our grain and goats and land. See where I'm going with this? So, to answer the children's question, but did he have to get rid of all the snakes? The answer is, he didn't have to get rid of all the snakes. But he didn't know what else to do. He was human and male, and like other males, his brain was designed to think in black and white, up or down, all or nothing. And yes, I know that the St. Patrick story is only a myth, but these kind of stories can be very powerful in our lives. And this storyline is all too familiar. We each have a chance to address the elements of this story if we talk with each other about the hidden messages in the myth. With the world situation being what it is today, we need to figure out better, less violent ways to proceed when we're afraid. Our story can be as small as a mosquito or as big as a nuclear holocaust, as tiny as a scary spider or as huge as global warming. Because as the song says, we can crush all the spiders with books, you know, but killing them's kind of a crime, because all life is sacred. We have to recognize that fact, because we are all caretakers of life in this Garden of Eden. And if we don't take better care of all of it, we don't get to stay. I know, that's a different Christian myth and allegory, but you sure don't have to be Christian to see the truth and danger of only caring about our own specific wants and needs. We're together in a communal situation on this earth where we all sail together or we all sink together. I only have one vote and one life, so the choices I make about how to spend my time and my vote are critical and require that I make as much effort as I can to understand and accept other living creatures around me, including humans, who seem to be very different than me. If I choose to look the other way, when I know that others are being villainized and killed, and I don't speak up or take action to end that, even if they're people or animals or other things that I'm afraid of, then I'm part of the problem. I know there are plenty of other people who, just like me, want to live their lives with kind-heartedness and simplicity. Lots of us exist. So even when I'm afraid, I just have to put on my open-hearted glasses to find them, and together take some actions to alter the course we are on so we can all live better lives. I'm Peter Alsop. I've got a music video of Was St. Pat Scared on my YouTube channel. You might want to check it out. I'll be back next week with another song to chew. Bye for now.